Don't care, Brother Chairman, to give the invocation, please.
Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight, Father, to thank you for another wonderful day of life, Father. We thank you for all your many blessings. And Father, we pray that you'll just go with us through our life, Father, and help us to be the hands and feet that you've called us to be, Father. Father, I pray that you'll just be with us tonight, Father, as we have this meeting, Father. I pray that your will will be done throughout this whole thing, Father. And Father, I pray that you'll be with all the ones that's sick, Father. I pray that you'll just bless them, that you'll touch them, Father. And I pray that if it be your will, Father, that you'll just heal them. Father, I pray that you'll be with the leaders of this country, Father, and I pray that this nation will get back to what it was built on, Father, and that was you. And Father, we pray that you'll just help us to be the hands and feet that you've called us to be, Father. Father, we thank you, we love you, and we want to give you all the praise and all the glory. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. I'd like to welcome everybody here. I think on the agenda we got our guest is Mr. Nichols and Jim Onion. They're county commissioners. So if y'all want to have the floor, either one. Yeah. Go ahead.
I think the mainest concern and the reason we're all here is what has happened over the last month of the ice storm in the water and everything going down. And I think the mainest question is what is the board doing and what are we preparing for and to get done? And that's one of the main questions that I have. How can we stop this from happening? And what are y'all going to do about it?
I know we've got several projects going on that should be, help us out, I guess, on some of that.
In your short time, but what little bit I'm involved, what's going on, I talked with Rodney and them with the city. They've got some pump problems.
Right.
When they get behind the 8 ball, seems like, it takes the pumps longer to catch up on the west side of town. They put in for a grant on the west side. That's what I was told.
Right.
I've been waiting here. I don't know if the grant's coming through yet. I've heard it didn't, but anyway, they know about the situation. Council and the mayor both does, and I think they're going to address it, whatever it takes to go to work on getting the pump station upgraded on that. And of course, Jen can tell you more about the well. She's planning to drill, but that's the two that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Yeah, we went to ADM asking for $10 million. They gave us 5.9, not the 10, and 2.7 of that 5.9 they gave us to drill wells to provide water for the western part of the county, and one of them's going to provide water for the eastern part of the county. And we've signed a good deal of paperwork, and we're actually supposed to sign the last agreement maybe in April. Our engineer is already working. He's got a lot of the preliminary work done. So that should proceed very, very rapidly. It has to be completed and the money spent and the paperwork done before December the 15th. Maybe it's September the 15th of 2026.
So how long are we talking to get these wells in place and get them operating, and where are you talking about putting them? On the east side and on the west side?
Well, there's 2 or 3 sites that the geological survey has determined is probably feasible sites. But the engineer hasn't come out. We haven't gone out and looked at the test sites yet.
How long are we looking at before these wells get in place? And
they have to be in place, finished and operational, all the money spent before September the 15th, 2026.
Okay. What was you going to say, Greg?
One of my questions was going to be, where was the one on the east side going to be? Because I think Brent has done a drill according to their people that said we want a well drilled right here, and it was supposed to be pretty good to help Brent.
I'm familiar with that.
It
They-
failed.
Yeah,
And
they were,
here's my thing about it. We have people on the west side, we have people on the east side that was out of water for 14 days, and nothing's being done. No backups is being planned for.
Oh,
Y'all
no.
are solely relying on Hamilton, and Hamilton's system is stressed. And I know you're hoping these wells are the answer, but I don't think it's gonna be the answer. I'm just telling you.
as far as the Sugar Bend
Yes.
area, we can buy water from Hackleburg.
Yes, but, and that's another question I have. We tied on the Hackleburg.
Mhm.
There was people, the next house past our valve was out water. And why didn't you call Hackleburg and say, hey, can y'all at least send water down to that check valve? We could have had those people water during this whole time and it wasn't done.
There was no way for us to know that it was
I
gonna be
think
that
it's pretty
long.
obvious. I think Mr. Page and them done a pretty good job letting the public know how long it was gonna be.
Well, we had other stuff going on too.
All it would've took was a phone call. Hackleburg, can we buy water for y'all to supply these customers on 253 and 49 up to that check valve? That's all it would've took.
We have that in the works. We have that in the works now, so that should not be a problem anymore.
But what I'm saying, it could've been done then. I done called Franklin County myself and asked them to make sure, because I'm still on the board at Hackleburg. I am. And I called Franklin County to make sure they could send enough water to cover those folks on 253 and 49 waiting on your phone call and never heard a word.
Well, we have that in the
I know
plans.
the mayor and them have it in place.
Well, no, we have it in our plans to provide our customers water from Hackleburg if that should ever happen
Right.
again.
Right.
What about in place on the west side? What do we have in place for those people that don't allow for 14 and 15 days? The Blue Harbor tank on 25 is the last tank to be filled. Those people was out 14, 15 days. No one from the Water Authority, all y'all done is copied what Bob put out. That's it, on your Facebook page. Bottom line, that's it. Those people was out 14 and 15 days. How many days was you out?
Us getting,
You, how many was you out at your house?
let me answer your question, please.
Okay,
Okay. I'm kind enough to listen to you, you can do the same.
I'm listening.
Okay. We purchase water from the city of Hamilton.
I know that.
Hamilton doesn't have a backup at this
Right.
particular time, so when Hamilton doesn't have a backup, we don't have a backup.
Right.
But we have a plan in place. We have received funds, $2.7 million, to drill a well to provide water to that Blue Harbor tank and all the customers that feed off that tank. And Hamilton will be our backup should the wells be our first choice. So
Every one well.
we have plans in place.
That well will be one well, and it's gonna be south down towards Barnesville, and it's gonna pump to the Blue Harbor tank, am I right?
No, it's not gonna be anywhere near Barnesville, no, it's not.
Where's it gonna be?
Well, we have 2 or 3 sites picked out we're gonna look at. One of them is over on 138. One of them is over on 158.
Well, this is my second term as commissioner, and I am a servant to the public. And I think y'all should be.
We are?
I don't think y'all recognize them.
I think we are.
But the problem is, you've had a plan for 5 years. Every time, I've been to 2 of these, and we've met several times with the commission office. Y'all had a plan ever since I've been in for 5 years. I've not got one person that y'all brought water to in my district. I've got more than anybody. Rodney, 400 people in District 1 does not even have water. Kenneth's got 200 and something. Everybody else does. Those districts, is this well gonna do those 400? When are we getting to the people that don't have water, plus a backup plan, when we have tried for the last 2 or 3 years to bring it from Franklin County for a backup? I think the mayor will agree, and I think Rodney Williams will agree, and I think the city council will agree. buy our water for the west side from Franklin County, let Hamiltonville back up. Drill your well. If it goes out, you still got to back up. And we are pledging as a commission, Mr. Akers is in Hewitt, Tim is in Winfield, Greg is in Hackleburg, Larry is P. Ridge, I'm Bull Mountain. These guys is pledging $200,000 apiece, which is $1 million, to help on the west side. They don't have to, but they're doing it as a county. They're not doing it as a group or here or there. We're trying to get water out to those people in the county and make sure this don't happen again. And y'all are telling me that we don't want your money and we're not gonna run a line from Vine. Why would you not want to do that when it's not gonna cost you one dime?
I'll let Rodney address that.
It's not gonna cost you one dime when the county is donating $1 million towards it. And I have talked to different legislature people, and they said, we'll help you if you need more.
We submitted a grant, been here 2 years ago now to do that, to run that from 19, the connection line. We submitted the grant on March 31st, 2022, so it's been nearly 2 years. We can't do nothing without money, and this is, we're putting in for a $10 million grant.
I just offered you $1 million.
I know.
And you're turning it down.
I know, but we put in for that $10 million grant. That was what we applied for, was the transmission line from Vine. When Jan,
Where's it
March the
going,
6th,
Rodney? Where is that grant money going? Answer
On
that.
March
You or
the
Jan
6th,
answer
no.
that question.
Let me finish this. Monday, March the 6th, Jan drove to Montgomery, met with Tracy Estes was there, Bill Locke was there, that's the financial man, and the other one was
Eric Reedy.
Eric Reed. All right, she met with them down there that day. They stated they did not want to fund the interconnection, but would give us grant money to drill 2 wells, one to replace Hamilton supply and one to replace Hewitt. In the discussions, they explained having our own sources would cut our water supply costs in half, saving authority money $12,000. They proposed funding the well project 100%. So they funded the wells 100%. They didn't want to fund the others. It's pretty much, if we didn't do the wells, we wasn't gonna get the
What if
interconnection.
the well don't work right now?
We're out
We have to
nothing.
go
There's
back to
no
them and say that
guarantee.
didn't work.
There is no guarantee.
No,
that
there's
it's gonna
not,
work.
but it's free money. I mean, we can't get turned down 2.7 million that they're telling us they're gonna
How
fund.
many wells is in Marion County right now that's been shut down on account of the upkeep and the cost of it? Have you checked that?
Well, Keith, would you, if they offered you 2.7 million, would you turn it down?
I would drill the well and I would take the $1 million from the county and I would have 2 sources.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
It's not costing you a dime either way.
The
Rodney,
19
I rode
project,
you.
I mean, is not gonna
I
cover
rode
the
you, Rodney, I rode you.
Me and you rode all over it. I know you got.
And you didn't know where you was at or where you got back where you was at. You don't know that area. I'm just telling it like it is. That's the way it is. Those people don't even have water and you've got no plan to get them water. You don't have a plan.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. I've been hearing this for 5 years and we've got over at Marshall Emerson's right here, half a mile and a half a mile, and it's been 5 years. We've got Harry Williams and them on 75. I've offered $200,000, $300,000 out of my district money to get them water, and I get turned down. That's fine. I'm fighting for my people in District 1 and as a county, and I've not got nothing done, and I'm probably not gonna get nothing when I leave here done. But I'm gonna fight for these people. And I've heard plans and plans. You're saying, why would we turn down the $2.9 million? Don't turn it down. Drill your well. Why turn down $1 million
Because $1
that
million
you
won't
would
do
want to
it.
do?
$1 million won't do it.
Dale,
They won't do it.
$1 million
I
won't
don't
do it.
care.
$1 million won't do it.
got to get
Don't
something.
tell that you can get it done and then don't do it. Don't back up on your word.
$1 million won't
I
run that
just told you,
transmission.
we got $1 million and we can get more.
It's gonna take over 2.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Not what I've got today.
It's gonna
Yesterday.
require a pump station
No, it ain't.
to pump it to the
No, it
tank.
ain't.
Our engineer says so.
Time out.
Franklin
wrong. Y'all need
County
to
is
fire it.
400 foot above the highest point between here and there.
Time out,
There's
time
no
out,
gravity
time out.
flow
Yeah.
Come
where
out.
we need it.
Chris,
Tell
tell
them,
the
Chris.
elevation on Highway 19.
But getting it, the flow, I know that comes from Franklin County, I agree. I was thinking, in my mind, it's gonna be downhill, it's gonna be gravity flow. But to get it to the Blue Harbor tank.
It's gotta go across.
We gotta
It
get
will
it
have to
tank,
be
and you gotta
pumped.
have pump station.
It'll have to be pumped.
Has to be.
Our engineer has a degree and he does this kind of work all the time. And in order to get water in that Blue Harbor tank from 19, it's gonna have to be pumped up there.
Is this the same engineer that's on 49?
Is that the same engineer that said 49?
Exactly.
Could be possible? That's what I wanna know.
Is it
that
the same engineer?
engineer that told you that this project on 49 couldn't be done?
And he didn't say it couldn't be.
Yes,
Well,
it did. That's what you
it-
said.
No, that's not what I said. You're
Well, it can be done.
misconstruing what I
Chris,
said.
Chris is the county
I said-
engineer, he is a board member, he is the county engineer. Chris, tell them the elevation on that, and let these people think, and let them think and make their own mind up, is this worth doing, or is it not doing? This
Let
is
me
not,
ask you a
this
question.
is not for one person to make a decision on. This board runs Marion County Water Authority.
We are.
Y'all need to take a stand, get some guts about you, stand up and say, this is what the people need. And if you don't want to do that, get off the board. I'm elected. I can get voted out. I'm getting the hammers. He's getting the hammers. Get off your tail and do something. This is 5 years that I've done this. Have y'all offered Bob Page one dime to help pay for the water of the city of Hamilton? Have you? Have y'all offered them one dime for the water that they bought from Walmart? Yes or no?
Nope.
Answer me, Jeremy. You're looking at me.
I have no idea.
No, y'all haven't had a meeting.
Never one of y'all except Steve Cox and Chris Wilbanks was up there passing out water.
This is
You
my-
had these
this is my
commissioners
point.
up there passing out water.
This is my point
None
with
of
this.
y'all helped y'all's people that y'all represent.
This is
None of
my
y'all.
point.
We had water at the fire department,
These people is customers.
so.
These people
I
is
think
customers.
I've done my part.
If they was doing, if they was getting water out there, it's called Bob Page, the city of Hamilton bought it, okay? If they wasn't out of water, they'd be paying you for water. Is the county gonna help pay for that water? Yes. Did the county go, did the commissioners go and haul the buffaloes to Tuscaloosa, to Coleman? The same thing the last year. The commissioners done y'all's job. Y'all getting $500 a month apiece to do something, and you're not making one effort to show the public you're doing. We delivered the water, we're gonna help Bob pay for that water, the county is. We've told him that, Scott Hunt. You should have to pay your part of the water because your customers is out. Y'all don't know if you even have customers, where your customers is at. They don't have water. They're on me. If you don't get us water, you're not gonna get elected. I don't care if I'm elected again. I'm still gonna fight for water. And I'm laying $1 million down and saying, here it is, if we need more, we'll get it. Y'all won't even look at it. You take her word, the engineer said it couldn't be done up here.
That's not
and
what he
that's it.
said. He said.
I got a question.
Okay?
You get that $1 million,
Yeah.
and say that we get another engineer, and he says that we do need a pump station. So we need another 1.7 million, right?
It's gonna take over 2 million.
Okay, let's
We
say
was
two.
quoted, we was quoted
Well,
1.5 today.
let's just say that another engineer comes in and says that we do have to have a pump station. So we're looking at 2.5 million, 2.7. Where are we gonna come up with that other $1.7 million at?
We're not gonna do that, because it's not gonna cost that. It's 6.5 miles, Jeremy, for a 6-inch line. The pumping station, Greg, give me-
Because I don't mind one bit
Our
tied in.
figures is 150-something thousand.
I don't mind one bit
That's what
tied
you had
in.
on your paper.
I've got the estimates right
150-something
here.
thousand.
I would, because if we tied in, then that would eventually down the road, we could go down Pat Franklin, we could do all that other stuff. I don't have a problem one bit, Keith.
If it's not done in my lifetime, in your lifetime, there'll never be water go down Pat Franklin
You
Road.
got that right. You're right.
Because she's
I told Rodney that the other day, I
Go down.
said, if we don't
Okay.
tie into Franklin County water, we'll never be run down Pat Franklin.
Well,
I don't have a problem
Let
doing
me
it.
answer this question.
It's just the money.
That's actually not the only
If
way.
it,
to do
if
the
it
water
costs
bill.
more than the
You can set a
million,
master
y'all,
meter up
you
on the
say it.
Franklin County line.
Will you get the rest, will y'all county commissioners get the rest?
We'll do our best
We'll
to.
do our best.
We're gonna apply for grants just like she does. We have done more research, Greg Dunyan, Larry Akers, and me, has done more research on this Western deal and everything else than anybody in this room. The same way with the Hackleburg. Yours and Jody said, no deal. This will not work, you can't do it. And I was there.
That's
I
not
was
true.
there. And Jody said, Keith, this is BS.
They're not,
They had the attitude it wouldn't work before they even got there.
they weren't doing it the way.
Because they wasn't doing it because Jody wasn't doing it.
No.
Tell it like it is.
No, that's not it.
Well, I mean,
I want water in Marion County. I want Hamilton. Ask the mayor, would it help if Marion County Water bought 3 million gallons a month from Franklin County and took those 2 tanks off Hamilton's back?
We have a contract
I know
to
that.
buy
You
6
can
million
amend the
gallon
contract
line.
if you both agree on it. That's no problem. You can amend that. Ask Rodney Williams, would it help if we bought 1 million a month from Franklin County, took the load off Hamilton? Hamilton is under a strain. I'm telling you.
Would it?
Are you under a strain, Bob?
Well, we like to live up to our word and our contract, and we have a contract with Rural Water to furnish them water on the west side and other places, but due to some acts of nature, we've been down a few times, and recovery time is the problem, Keith. And the water plant was built on Buddy Hatchie about 32 years ago. No mayor has ever sought out a real good backup source. The first time I sat in the chair as mayor, I said, what if the Buddy Hatchie can't produce what we need, and what if it's contaminated? What? But we are actively seeking ways to have a better recovery for these failures, and we hate to say it's a failure. We feel like that it was more an act that happened, major breaks, flaws in our feeder system that purifies our water. But yeah, we're under a certain strain to live up to our bargain.
Right.
We don't have a quick backup to recover from these things that have happened, unfortunate things that have happened. We're not looking to be a big water customer. We feel like we can produce under normal circumstances. We're not looking to be a big buyer of water, but we do need a backup.
So it would.
Yeah, we need a backup.
Preliminary stuff's been done on your pump station at Weston, is that correct?
We've
Upgraded,
we've
y'all got it going now.
We've got an engineered plan for our upgrade on the pumping station on Mitchell Hill, yes.
That pump station was probably put in in the 60s,
64.
because I've run the water department 30 years. And it's been, pumps have been rebuilt, but like you said, when you get behind or you have problems, you just can't catch up.
This is
There's
my
no way.
point. We've got 2 rigs, we've got good pumping water in, we've got that 49, yeah, we've got that working, it's working in the system to get it hooked up. That water from 49 is coming from Hackleburg. Hackleburg gets their water from Franklin County. Okay, we've got this side took care of. We got your side took care of. Okay, we're gonna put a well to take care of the Baggots, the Barnesville, the Bird, and that area. Am I right?
Right.
We still ain't got the northwest corner, nothing. We got a tank over there that people waited 14 days for water.
And it's the same 14 days that the people inside Hamilton city limits were waiting for water.
No, most of them was 7 or 8, just 6 to 8. There's a lot of difference in that.
What I would like to see done is, I think during this whole thing, what we missed, I think
17, there's another grant supposed to be 94 and 33. There's another grant on 26. None of this has happened. And Jan's told me every bit of this.
well, like I said, we.
And I went to Washington D.C. last year and got 2.2
We
million.
can't move Montgomery, they move like molasses, we can't help what they, we're having to wait on them. We're ready to do it right now, but we can't do nothing
Where's the
until we get the
2.2
money.
million?
The
It
money,
hasn't
From
been- that's been in
Tuberville's
for 2
place.
years.
No, it didn't come through.
And-
Oh, it didn't come
No,
through.
it didn't come
Well, what about the grant money, 94 and 33, that you told me was going to happen? What about the grant money going down 17? And what about going talking to Lamar County and Winston County and Franklin County, all these counties where y'all have said that if it's a 10 or 15 mile gal, these people's never going to get water. Well, go to Lamar County and ask if they will come in to Marion County. But you won't do that. I went to these counties.
Kenneth has went,
I went to Itawamba County. I've been to all these counties. Nobody's ever talked to them.
You know that ADM said they
You
would not
can't
buy
cross
water.
state lines, but you can cross county lines in Alabama.
you can join any county line.
But you won't do that.
Why?
These people need water. They don't care where it comes from.
The simple question is, these board members, just a second here. Think about it. They'll put a meter up there. It's a Franklin County line. Chris can tell the elevation and what his opinion is. He's an engineer. He's probably smartest in this room.
We in trouble, ain't we, Chris?
This is the thing. Put the pressure on. Let these board members make up their mind. Do they want to do what's right for the people, or do they want to do what Jan Cummins wants? That's the bottom line. If they do, they need to change the name of this company from Marion County Water Authority to Jan Cummins Water Authority. This board runs this county. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But you are responsible. He's responsible. They're responsible. Not you. You don't need to send them out and say, we can't do this on account of this or that. You need to let them hear all the facts and make up their mind what they're going to do. And they need to man up and do what they say they're going to do.
And you don't need to raise the rates when these people come down here to these meetings and make y'all mad. Then you raise the rates on them. That's happened.
Keith, I've got a question.
That was wrong.
Just from what I'm feeling from the conversation.
knows about that.
Do you feel, individually or as a commission, that all of this water crisis was strictly the fault of Marion County Water Authority?
No, ma'am.
That's what I'm getting.
But no, I don't. I know the mayor and them stress, and I know that's gonna happen, and that's like Steve mentioned, the pumps at Western that they're gonna redo, the pumping station at Western. That still doesn't fix if Bob's treatment plant goes down, 'cause that,
But the county water authority is a customer of Hamilton. They're no different
Well,
from
they're a
this
cus-
individual, that
They're a
individual.
customer from Hackleburg too, and they get
Yes.
water from Franklin County. Why in the world would you not want to tie on to another line that would bring in 400 to 500 people without doing out water? If they would have had that line tied in that we met about last year and tried to get them to do it, if that line had been tied in and they went and opened that valve, those people at the Blue Harbor tank and the Baggett tank wouldn't have been out of water over 2 days.
That project would have not been in place if we had agreed at that point in time.
But you said you wasn't going to do it no matter what.
And
Yeah,
$2
that
I
was
million.
bottom line.
you just said, the people wouldn't be out of water.
I don't wanna get off base or nothing like this. 4 years ago, Jan, you and I sat down in front of Shopsville Fire Department, had a little discussion. I know you probably don't remember it, but I remember it like it was yesterday. I said, Jan, you've got all your eggs in one basket, Hamilton water. I said, well, we done went down one time when we had this.
Right, we had.
Got your eggs in one basket. Why don't we drill a well? Your exact words. I remember it like it was yesterday. That is not even feasible.
I don't even remember that.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
Hamilton's got 15 wells, and that right that's closed down. Hackleburg's got 4 that's closed down.
So what in them 4 years has changed? Now we want to drill a well.
ADM's paying for it.
There you go.
ADM,
Okay,
Well, see, that's the picture. Years ago, it was wells. Then they want you to have surface reservoir water. Now they're back on a well kick.
well, I can give you,
Brilliant is in my district.
I can give you
I
an
built the
explanation.
drive for them a month ago. They bought a 1/4 acre less than 2 miles from my house. That's where the geologist said drill. Got the driveway built. The next day the drill was set up. They drilled 262 foot and run in the last 12 foot of sand. The water is following the sand instead of heading the well. So now then, I talked to Mayor Perry Franks last night. Well, we're just gonna have to go to where the geologist tells us. So, you know, well drilling, well drilling, well drilling.
Larry, I don't know, Jan documented this, and I had this paper, I don't know if she gave it to me or what, but it was documented. after she went March 6th to that meeting in Montgomery, and he said that he didn't want to do the interconnection, but he would fully fund 100% to do the wells. She went to the commissioner's office to meet, and everyone who's present, except for Keith, had done wells.
Way to
I
go,
explained the
Larry.
changes
That's
ADM,
normal.
I explained the changes ADM had asked us to do to make the original application. They were all on board with cutting the vinyl line and replacing it with wells and keeping their local match of 1 million. I even took Kenneth into a mountain room with them and showed them where the district was gonna be improvement certain constituents. Do y'all remember agreeing to the wells?
I didn't remember agreeing to
She
that.
come to the meeting and
I came in, Keith had already left, and I told y'all that I had been to Montgomery the day before, and they completely cut the transmission line out. We don't want to do it, not gonna give you a penny for it, but we will give you $2.7 million, 100%, no match, to drill 2 wells. One on the western side of the county, one on the eastern side. And that is a popular thing right now.
I know, it's
Our
what they did
contractor-
once, and then
Our
100 years
con-
down the road, they're gonna say, well, let's go back to reservoirs.
No.
All these wells that shut down, but they're, what's operating out of reservoirs, they're still operating today.
I'll tell you the reason why. I think that ADM is moving away from so many treatment plants and reservoirs and going back to wells, and it's disinfectant byproducts, trihalomethanes and halocetic acids. Every system in this state is having trouble with it, and you do not have that trouble out of wells because it don't take the amount of chlorine that it takes for the treatment
Is
process.
ADM gonna maintain your wells for you? No.
Well, from what we save, not having to purchase water, that's gonna by far pay for the, maintenance
I
of the
thought you were under
wells.
contract with Hamilton to buy water from them.
What are you gonna do with that, just what he said?
Well, we don't have a minimum we have to buy, but we can buy
But you're
up to
under
6
contract.
million.
But you're
But
under
up to a
contract.
certain point, they won't be able to supply it.
So-
If it keeps adding, if you keep adding customers and increasing the amount of gallons that's used, Hamilton can't sit there and just keep sending millions and millions and millions of gallons that they can't pump.
But we're a water customer before they take on any additional.
That's my point. The additional has not been addressed. They still 854 people in Marion County that
You're
don't
right,
have water.
you're right. And we're working,
And
on it.
half
We have
of
a
those is in
comprehensive
District
plan.
1.
Sir?
I'll make this as simple as I can make it. If you got free money to drill a well, and one's going down there and one's going up here, drill your wells, but still tie on to these places.
We don't have the money to do it.
You ain't got but one place, okay? You've got one place you're gonna have to spend money to tie on. This up here is not gonna cost that much. He's got a figure.
I think, Bob, ain't y'all involved with
Hamilton would absorb the
Yeah,
cost of
Yes,
that.
yes.
Okay.
Can you give us any figures of what would tie in from Franklin County down 19? That's what we need to know.
I do,
I hear different numbers from
I got
different
it.
people.
You'll
I was
get
a
that.
million and a half.
Go ahead, let them shoot at it.
I've been told a million and
nearly
five hundred.
2.1 million.
It's gonna be 2.
In the
I
original
mean, you've got
ARPA grant
upgraded
required
figures
pump station,
in your
both
package.
of them gonna be with a
Keith,
line.
you know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see every bit of this be done.
Yeah.
I'd like for all of us to get on the same page.
That's exactly what's going
The
to
same page.
It's gonna take every one of us.
Everybody's gonna have to get on the same page for any of this to get done.
Okay.
For us to
Let me
move
tell you-
forward.
Let me tell you where some of this money can come from. You're saying 2 point what?
About 2.1,
Okay.
2.1, 2.2
Our
million.
people saying 1.5.
Well, my engineer is the one that'll design it.
Chris, what about the engineer?
Who's the
Pumps.
engineer?
Let Chris speak, he's an
Yeah,
engineer.
Chris, speak, tell the elevation.
Okay. Well, so first of all, I just want to say, you know, I am the county engineer. I'm on this board as a liaison between the board and the county commission. Water systems are not my specialty. Roads and bridges are. However, you know, talking to different people, I've gained enough knowledge to kind of make an educated guess. And I was asked to look at some elevations today, and I just went on Google Earth. You know, it's not survey grade or anything like that. It's close enough to kind of look at and make decisions on. I ran a elevation profile all the way down 19 from the Franklin County line to County Road 122 that crosses State Highway 19. At 3 points along County Highway 19, the elevation is around 730 feet. That's at Liberty Church right there at the Franklin County line. As you come up the hill there at County Road 13, if you're familiar with the area, you come up to the top of that hill. Right, it's about 730 feet there, and then at Brinkley's store, it's about 730 feet. They're all pretty close. So, with that much information, yes, it would be difficult to gravity feed anything, up something that's the same elevation as where you're feeding the water. I called Greg because I knew he had some contacts with Franklin County to see what the overflow elevation was of their tank that we would be getting our water from. And their overflow elevation there is 1,126 feet. So that looks like it's about 400 feet higher than the highest point along any section of County Highway 19 that we'd be trying to pump or to gravity feed waters to. So, like I said, I'm not an engineer that specializes in water systems. We would still need to get an engineer to look at this, and it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to get a couple of engineers to look at it so we could have some different options. But it appears as though with that much elevation difference that there would be enough pressure to pump that water through. Like I said, that's not my expertise. But I think it's worth this board at least looking at as a viable option.
I say that between now and the next meeting.
We have 2 engineers on staff. I could get each one of them to do their own.
But your engineer said 49 would
Let me ask y'all this question. Could we vote on that whether or not? To tie on it or not? Just kill it, forget it. Either vote on it, that we hook on to it. Hold on a minute. You gonna guarantee that 1.5 or whatever?
I think what needs to be done is get an independent engineer to go down there and look at it. Independent, just like what Hamilton done up here on 49. An independent person that has nothing to do with Marion County water, nothing to do with Franklin County water, nothing to do with no water. Let them go up there and tell us.
Greg, that's what I told you, we did on the 49.
We've got to get on the same page and correct this problem for the citizens of this county. Bottom line.
And think of this, common sense. If you listen to him, you're 740 feet at Liberty. Maybe a little more if you go to the county line. There's about 40 or 80 feet difference, Chris, in it if you're at the county line.
Sir, I'm sorry, I was reading this.
Are you if you was at the county line, you're 40 or 50 different from Liberty Church, a little bit more on that.
That was, like I said, according to Google Earth.
Right, okay. You're at 700 something foot. Common knowledge, just put 700 foot in your head. The Vina tank is at what, Chris? 1,100?
1126.
1126.
400 feet depression are coming down. And they've got, at the end of the line right now, I think it's 75 or whatever, they've got the pressure set on at the end of the line, and they can set that. But common sense tells me, if I'm sitting on this side of the hill, and I'm at 1,200 feet, and that other hill's 700, if I fill this line up, it'll push it over. So you're not talking a pumping station. Y'all hollering pumping station, you're hollering pumping station. We heard the tank, we even talked a year ago about setting another tank over there, and all I heard then is we don't do that. We're not gonna have another tank. We have to flush lines now, we're not using the water. That water that you're flushing out, y'all flush every 2 weeks down there on that 10-inch line at the state line? Every week.
I don't know how much to flush.
How many thousand gallons put out on the ground?
We have to flush 450,000 gallons. State of Alabama
Every
pays
week
us
or every 2 weeks?
for the month. We
For the
just
month,
keep
450,000 gallons is
Yep.
put out on the ground.
The state pays us $750 a month
But
Because the water won't stay fresh in that line without it.
And then you're in violation.
tell these
Dead end,
people,
Jim.
tell these people and tell the people of Marion
I've
County,
been used.
you're talking tell them what the wells cost.
That ain't gonna be well.
The
You want
wells.
now?
What would the wells cost? The free money, you said the wells.
$2.7 million.
$7 million.
Where is the other money planned to go? Tell the county where you plan and what you plan to do with
The
it.
3.2 million?
Ever what's left out of
I'll
that
show-
10 grand? I
I'll
don't
show
want to
you.
see it. I've
No.
seen it.
We didn't get 10 million.
Got
We got-
6 point,
We got 5.9.
where is the rest of it going?
2.7 is coming out to do the wells.
Where's the rest?
I'll show you.
I don't want to see it. I've done seen it.
No,
Then
I wanna
looked
show
at
you.
them maps. It's going on the east
I want to
side.
show you.
And what's it going for?
Okay, the grant that we applied for, you could only use it for one or two things. It couldn't be for new construction. It couldn't be to run new lines up in here. Couldn't use it. It was designed to upgrade your water system to provide better, safer water to your customers.
Upgrade to our system.
We've
What
got-
part of the system, where is it going, Rodney? Bottom line. I know where it's going.
She's trying to show
I
you.
want somebody to tell the people.
I'm trying to finish. I'm trying to finish,
Go ahead.
please. Okay, we have dead end lines all over the county. And at the end of a dead end line, water stagnates. It collects and stagnates. We have to flush it, constantly flushing water. Okay, the money could be used to interconnect all those dead end lines. So, Highway 278, we've got a 6-inch line going up 129. We've got a 6-inch line going up 233. On 278, between those 2 points, it's gonna go interconnect.
Where
Interconnect
it can
that.
feed houses.
Yes,
Yes.
we can tie houses on as we're going through, but we couldn't just use the money to do new construction.
Why was that grant? They didn't come out and apply for this grant. What you're saying
The
this,
ARPA grant,
it can't be used but for that area.
no, it can't be
Well,
used.
why has it, as Marshall Emerson and them, you've got water lines all over there on the other side and over there around Tommy Hugh Taylor's. Why is none of that put in this grant to do that with?
It can't be new construction.
It's not new construction, it's tying lines together. They are off 25 and 19 at Neil Childress's and at Curtis Sutton's. There's a line here and a line here, and it is a half a mile. They run down it and they stop within 10 houses, each line, and it's been 5 years, and we cannot get that line run together.
Neil's on Hamilton, is he not?
All I know, Rodney, there's water at both ends, at
It's
19
Hamilton.
and
But
up.
it's Hamilton.
The same way on
It's
75.
Hamilton's. We can't tie our water lines into Hamilton. Anyway, to let me finish, right here, there's a lake right here that we could tie in together. Down on Highway 118, we could tie those in together. Our engineer, he's the one that selected the most feasible sites, and that would do the best for the
So
water.
you're not gonna replace, meters in this?
You
You're not gonna use?
didn't let me get finished with that. You didn't let me get finished with that. So part of the money's going to tie in dead end lines. Another way that you can improve the quality of your system is replace your meters. We've got meters in the ground that's been in the ground since 1992. The older a meter is, the less accurate it is. We're losing money, which is revenue. We're losing money. The money in the grant can be used to replace all the meters in the system, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take every old meter out and replace it with a brand new one. It's gonna be a more accurate meter. The customers aren't gonna like it. The water bill's gonna go up, because the meter's gonna actually be functioning properly. And
Jan,
registering
is
water.
this the same grant you're talking about that was gonna go down 17?
Okay. If we had
Explain
gotten,
17, explain 93, or 94, 33, explain all this to me, explain 26
if we
to
had
me.
gotten the full 10 million,
Is any of this gonna go down 17?
If we had gotten the full 10 million,
Is any of it going down 17? And say you lied. You
No,
told me
if-
17, you told me
If we had
94,
gotten-
33, you told me 26. That's
If
the
we had
problem. I ain't got a
gotten-
problem with this board, I got a problem with you.
if we
You
had
told
gotten
me
the
so
full
many
10
lies.
million, let me go ahead and finish.
No, your engineer and you need to be gone.
Let me say this, Jan, on behalf of this.
Okay,
You're talking about $3 million that you're talking about spending timelines.
3.2 for that
3.2 and for
replacement
meters.
Told me
meters.
so
Okay.
lies, it's unreal.
You're worried, those lines is working, those
I
meters
get
is
sick of
working,
hearing it.
and you're worried about those, and I've got 400 people that don't have water.
That grant money could not be used for that kind of.
You got 262 in just.
Who?
I've asked for a financial statement for 4.5 years. I've asked for a plan. Who's got water? Who's got it? She keeps telling me, I won't write about the commission office. I'm going to show you. I haven't seen nothing. I don't even know. The only way I know anybody's got any water in the ground, if I see a meter, or if they tell me, or I dig a line up. She will not send me or give me anything. I've asked for 4.5 years.
I told you the other day, I said, if you come down the house, I got it, right there it is.
I've been told for 4.5 years they're going to bring it by the commission office. They're going to give it
That
to us.
don't have water, and you're wanting to replace meters.
I just
because
get sick
you
and
got
tired of hearing
nobody to
lies.
read them.
Okay,
All right, one at a time, please.
I'm gonna finish, I'd
Okay,
like
You
to
go ahead and
finish,
finish your,
I'd like to finish my presentation,
Please.
if it's okay.
Go ahead.
So, we were not gonna have enough money to do all this. We didn't get our $10 million. So, each commissioner out of $5 million got $800,000 apiece to spend any way they choose to do so. Okay, to make sure.
When was this told? I never heard this.
To make sure that there was enough money to go around to do these right here, Commissioner Estes committed $500,000 of his money to put toward this project right here.
You need to, I'll just leave it at that.
The stipulations
Your
of
figures are
grant-
wrong.
Stipulations of grants, you know grants, it's just like when you got the $5 million grant, there's certain things you couldn't spend it on,
There was
right?
3 things that we could spend it on. And we've got internet all over Bull Mountain.
I
But
know,
we ain't got
I
water.
know, and that was at the time, that's why we was gonna offer it to, or
No,
give it to the water
we
department, so you
offered
could use
$5
it for
million
water.
for match money. You're right, match money.
Yeah,
And it
it
didn't
was,
come
but,
through.
but that's cause the stipulation of the grant, that's all you could do with it at that
When
time,
you
right?
apply for these grants, Rodney,
Well, I
I'm
know
not
it, and
saying
that's
that,
what
I
the money was there
understand
for.
what she's saying, but there is more lines, right here, she's saying, this is the east side, this is the water, we're gonna tie these lines in. There's lines over here on the west side that could be tied in and get people water that don't have water. These people up here, most of them have water.
There's people that's
How
gonna get
many
tied
people?
in, 150 to be exact.
Up there,
Yes.
I got 400 that don't have water.
Not that could be tied in with this
I'll bet you there's
project.
150 if you went and checked it.
Our engineer selected the most feasible sites to use the money.
Your engineer also said 49 could be done. Right?
Nope, he didn't say it.
Oh, really?
He said in his opinion it was not feasible.
Okay,
That's
it
what he
is
said.
feasible because it was done. It's going to be done. That's what I'm saying.
I still say we need to get on the same page.
I would
So-
be on the same
so
page if I
let's-
would stop telling lies to me.
So let's get some engineers on this, Keith.
Yeah,
And
get some
let's get some engineers on
But
this.
don't get the engineers that can,
Let's get
or independent engineers.
Somebody that don't have nothing to do with Marion County or Franklin County.
And tell us if this,
I've been we went through that on 49 with the engineers, and it worked out.
He
It
comes
worked.
in,
The
hello,
whole time.
guy comes
Needs
and
to be
tells us.
done.
Can you get that same?
Then we'll know for sure what's going on.
That's what needs to be done.
That
And
way
then we can
everybody
either,
knows.
that way we can either squash this, or we can say, it's left up to y'all.
Hold on, Mr.
Well, I don't know what we got to lose. If we drill the well, we got the money set aside for it. And here the commissioner saying they'll give us the money to town to combine. What have we got to lose if they're gonna pay for it? I wouldn't
That's
have to
right,
do it.
you're right, Stan.
Can't we not?
And I agree there, but let me ask y'all this, I agree with you, Jeremy, can we not vote to either tie on to it? If you gonna Keith,
If we ain't got the money,
If you gonna
Tuberville is
that-
willing to give the money. If you go, he is willing to give it.
look, hold
I've
on.
talked to him.
I understand you talk to him, but he ain't sitting here, he's not sitting here.
All y'all gotta do as a board and her is go talk to him like we did.
Eddie,
It's simple.
all you gotta do, you've got to get the hydraulics and the elevation and all that, and an engineer can do that for you, and he can tell you
God.
if it's feasible,
I don't
if it can
understand
be
this.
done, and the cost of it. And that will solve the whole thing.
Let's
But-
get it
That's what I've said the whole
but
time.
I've been told, we're not gonna do it. You've told, we're not gonna hook on to Franklin County. This is the reason, because it's stagnated water, it's this and it's that. But if
Well, that's
it's
still-
good,
that's
that's
still
not
gonna
your
be an issue.
decision. That's
That's
my
still gonna
problem.
be an
That's
issue.
It's the
not
board's
your
decision.
That's the board's
You're
decision.
right, you're right.
It's the board's.
But if we tie on to that Franklin County water, Mr. Page, and we pump that water to you, would that be the lift the burden off you?
He's not, they're
we're
not gonna want to buy our water.
looking for a recovery system.
Just a
We've got-
recovery system, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we would buy water if we needed water. We'd love to buy it from you guys. We just don't have a hookup now that we can purchase water from anyone. So we haven't had for 32 years, and it's time to get one. So we'd really like to have something to back us up.
But that would be your backup.
We won't be a water customer unless we have an emergency.
That's it.
It's
Like I
like
did
having
30 years.
That stagnated water, what was the calculation on how much water would be in that 6 mile line?
Okay,
50,000.
In that 6-inch line,
I did the calculation.
it was gonna be,
That,
47, right
That's-
there, that bottom figure, 47,000?
that,
If you use
46
Franklin
months.
County as y'all's water source,
Money.
Right, it wouldn't get stagnated.
it wouldn't get stagnated.
We don't
But
but we're not gonna
Franklin
use
County,
it as our water source.
we'd rather buy it from
What are we gonna
Hamilton
use?
at
We're gonna
250,
have wells.
and pay 3
She's
each.
betting on the
That's
wells.
not well.
What if Hamilton comes back and they do a study on their treatment plant and says it costs us $3.75 to produce y'all 1,000 gallons of water, and they go up on their rate?
We
What are
hoping
you
our
gonna
wells-
do?
We hoping our wells, we hoping to use our wells. is what
Hoping.
we're That's what we
Hoping.
hope to do. I do, I hope they do
What's,
that. I think
what's,
it's great.
these people wanted water 14 days ago. What have y'all done to
We've got a
relieve the
plan in place
pressure
to
off
do
of
well.
Hamilton?
And
Nothing.
We've got a plan in place. to
A
do well.
plan.
And I don't know if y'all know this or not,
Money gets here, we'll do the well.
You've had that plan.
but we offered the money before we tried to tie in
Can
Franklin
I ask
County.
y'all, and I'm leaving, I'm gonna say one more thing and I'm leaving. Can I get a copy of the financial statement from this board? Because I've asked for it, I've been on the commission for 14 months, and I've yet to get it.
I've been
I've
asking
yet
for
to
4.5
get a copy
years.
of this map.
I'll give you
Yeah, no, I want it tonight before
Yeah,
I
that's what
leave.
you keep telling us.
Because I've heard that. I'll get it to you, I'll get it to you. We as a commission have yet to get a financial statement from this board and a map, and I'd like to have it.
And people's blaming us because it's called Marion County Water
I've got
Board.
phone calls all weekend long because of y'all. And I'm speaking on behalf of my constituents up 253, want to know why they didn't have water when Hackleburg's tied on to Marion County water and it wasn't turned on. And you can't answer it. Because
And we
you wouldn't
tried.
pick up the phone and call.
And a lot,
Bottom line.
a lot of the board don't know this, but we talked to Jan about digging with
Can I
track
get a
hose
financial statement
and digging the
before I leave?
lines and putting the water lines in herself, and she said it couldn't
You
be
can't
done.
do it.
You can't do
You
it.
can't do it, nope. Oh, excuse me, a project has to be designed
If
by
we're-
an
If we're
engineer.
putting the money on our right of ways
A
to hook up
project,
these lines that's not connected, that you said stagnate, I mean, it don't none of this make sense.
Since you brought up the money thing, I'm gonna tell you this. You said that you got this, y'all got 800, you done this, you done that.
She's got herself a raise
I
of 75,000.
appreciate what y'all done.
The last 2 weeks.
There's not a place for being
Y'all
raised.
have
This is
had
the
contractors
latest.
Well, did she just give herself a raise the last board meeting?
Y'all had contractors out
No.
there doing water. I want Dale to hear this, and I want Dale to hear it, and listen. I want all of it. Y'all had water leaks since this ice storm out and had to fix it
Not during the ice storm.
after it. You found them after it.
We had,
Before the ice storm hit.
we had one
Where was it at?
before, Highway 94.
What about Highway?
Before.
What about Highway 56? Have you forgot it?
I don't know what, is it after,
You don't know
after
where?
the ice storm?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was this past week.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah,
Polka Dot Store Road. If you don't know, Shopton.
yeah,
You
I
got
know.
contractors that fix that, right?
right.
Who do they call to come out and bring them gravel and haul their sludge off and fix when you got contractors that does it?
Well,
No, well, who do they call?
they call the commissioner in every district.
That's me.
But they're doing the work for us. It's not like they're doing their own work.
Yeah, we ask for simple things like financial statements.
I
You
got
can't
a
get
call.
them.
Come and haul our sludge off. Come and bring us gravel.
I'm
It's
just
nothing
going,
to
I'm
me.
We
That's
appreciate
y'all. That's y'all. Y'all paying them for it.
Well, you don't have to do it then. We can have
Well,
them
no,
do it.
I'm doing it to take care of the people out there, but I'm trying to help them. Has either one of these board members, or either your men are doing it, ever come and said, thank you, Mr. Nichols, for doing this? This is not a one-time thing. Every time there's a line broke in Marion County, they call Keith Nichols in District 1 to come. I sent a man over there with a dump truck, a half a day, hauling gravel, hauled the slush off, carried it down over a place 5 miles, and done it, spent over a half a day there. Figure up the bill on that. Jody Green probably got paid for doing all of that, and the commissioner is doing it. You've got a man there, you've got dump trucks, and they call the commissioner to do
Jody
it.
Green
I've
didn't
never
get-
got one thank you.
He didn't get paid for
I've
anything
never
he
got
did.
one thank you from the Marion County Water Board. Same way with the water. Y'all didn't offer Bob, y'all hadn't offered to pay none of that. We're gonna pay for some of that water that came in. Y'all have got to take care of the people. People is paying you, you're a servant just like we are. The only thing, you're appointed, we're elected. Every one of y'all has got an obligation because 2 years ago, this board paid $150 per person, per meeting. Now it pays $500. If you want to talk money, that's it. You don't offer to pay the county back for fixing nothing, hauling, doing whatever. We could be doing somebody's driveway, but we're helping y'all with the water when you're paying a contractor to do that. And your husband with you. And they call me and I send a man over there to fix it. Now that's the reason I get ill.
Then we get condemned
And
because
get
you
no
ain't got water
whatsoever.
out there.
Get an engineer out of town, let him come and do this, do the things on it. If he says it's feasible, do it, or y'all vote on it. If you don't want to do it, fine with me. But I'm like Stanley. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. If it's feasible, we don't know what it's gonna cost. It may cost $1 million, it may cost $2 million. But I know we got $1 million, and that's what we got. And I got promises that the legislature will help us get some more. And you can apply for grants if you don't. You run them through the county commission.
Well,
Takes 2 years. Slow. Montgomery's slow. Can't help that.
Well, these wells ain't coming to 26.
Well, I wanna know what's happened to money on 94 and
What about-
33.
Man, we was making plans 2 years
What
ago.
about
She told
the next
me
2
that
years
the
if
water
we
was
have
going to
more
Chilton
ice
and Mississippi line.
If Bob Staines
Where's
goes
that?
down, these lines go down.
She told me the
we get
2.2
Franklin
was going to
County money,
26.
It didn't cost us
Where's it
nothing, it
at?
didn't cost you a dime. Stanley's right. Why would you not want to do that?
I do.
You wanted to do it.
I said I do. want to
I
look
would.
at all of it.
I want to look at all of it, and I want to look if y'all commission will guarantee and sign that you will pay to bring that line in to help us. If we dig our wells, if we need that water, we can have that. We can always we can open the valve and send that water through.
Get us the figures, get us the
I
engineer.
want to put a motion on the table right now.
I'd like to say something before you do.
Okay.
Me and one other person in this room are probably the only two that remembers how this water system got started. P. Ridge was the very first spur. Scott Aldridge was your county commissioner for District 5. One of his employees and his wife went house to house, what would be the P. Ridge spur or the starting point of this water system. they sat right there in the house and told us the plan that they wanted to get the Marion County Water Authority started, and Pea Ridge was gonna be the first spur. That we would pay $200 deposit to get a meter, and we did. And once Pea Ridge was established, then that would expand from that. And the thing behind this water authority was not only your rural and poverty areas, but it would be available to tie the cities together in the event there was an emergency, nobody'd be without water. So my point is, how long has this water board been going?
Since 1989 is when it was incorporated.
Right. So, how many towns has the water authority done with the cities, and how much have you done to get your own water to assist in this, to where this eventual start of this water board is fulfilling its duty?
None of that is in the act that created the water authority, tying all the water systems together.
Well, it was told to us, Jan.
I can get you a copy of the act if you
I'm
want
not
me
doubting
to.
your word, I'm telling you what we were told. So our households came up in 1989 or 88 before to see that there was enough people interested. We paid $200 out of our pocket to get a meter, and you know what? Then they started going to Montgomery and getting grants to do water expansion. And you know what? I've never been offered a penny back on that $200 I paid for that meter for your water to run through.
You don't get it back. The Pea Ridge project was not done with grant money.
I know.
I mean, it wasn't done with grant money. It was
It
done
wasn't.
with a bond issue.
And then the $200 what we paid for the meters. And now you want to get a grant and replace meters, you say that ain't registering
They're
right.
not registered
But the easy thing is you take that little scanner and scan it too for reading.
We do that already.
But if water's flowing through the meter and it ain't leaking, why don't we get people water?
It's not, because
Right now, you can open one valve and the only facility or municipality or unincorporated, you can open a valve up there right by my house and supply twin.
we do, on an emergency
That's
basis.
right. What about the other tanks?
We supply Brilliant on an emergency basis.
You don't supply Bull Mountain on no kind of basis. And what Larry's saying, where you said it's not in there, it is in the writing, in the act.
I've never
So where
read that all
you can
the
read it, where
water-
you can tie into any county line in any place. And it's in you can go across the county line, all you have to have is agreement with the
I started working
municipality and the county you're
1991.
hooking to. It's in the bylaws, it's in all that.
That's what I'm saying, there's two in this room that knew the Pea Ridge spur, that was me and you.
We finished the project in 1992. The first water that was turned on was on Pea Ridge in 1992.
I think we need to have more communication. And when we were talking to the commissioners, everybody was talking to, if the grant's not going like you think it's going to be, if it's going to, just tell them point blank what's going on.
Right.
And let everybody know what's going on up front. That's easy understood. But
Yeah, it is.
we applied, we applied, that's true.
Yeah.
But you won't know what you're going to do and when you're going to get it done.
Yeah. And Stanley,
And the thing with grants, it might be 2 or 3 years down the road before you get the money to do it. So you're sitting there waiting on a grant and nothing's been done.
But now, whatever you apply for the grant, it has to be spent on that particular thing. It can't be repurposed anywhere else.
This is my problem with your grant, and I think Stanley means old school. Stanley's been all over Bull Mountain. He knows Bull Mountain. You sat here and you showed every one of these lines about tying water together on the east side. You didn't say one time about tying their line in your presentation on the west side.
And District 1 and 2 needs to
There
come
are
over.
lines on the west side, there are people over there, just like they are on the east side. Just because you're from there in your area, and you can shake your head.
I'm not from there.
I got 400 people, I know where you live,
Yeah.
I know where I know all of that.
Do you know
But
when the last project in that area was done?
they hadn't been one done since the thing was done up there, is what I'm
There's
saying.
not been anything out there done.
How many people is out up there, 100?
There's not.
Everybody's got water up there, don't they?
Of where?
up there on 129 and 233. We're spending $3 million
No,
replacing
no,
meters.
we're picking up 150 customers from looping those lines. And on
So, and you're gonna
278.
leave those 150, you're gonna leave those 400 out over there, and I guarantee there's 150 that you can loop to there. But you didn't think about those folks. You done got it in writing where it's going up here.
Yeah.
Right, but
You
forget
can't,
about
you
Bull
can't
Mountain.
alter, you can't alter.
Yes, you can alter. You could have said, we're gonna do half here and half over there, but you didn't.
The
Think
grant
the
project-
reason
the
you
grant
don't like me and
project
keep it.
specifies
You said it.
where the money can go.
And I've told y'all before, and I didn't even want to bring this up, we got a chicken farmer here, I've got Texas from chicken farmers. We got grants, we spent, they spent, and the representatives spent 2 or 3 years working on grants to get water to chicken houses. And we got them. You went up 200% on them.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
200%.
I hear it even.
They're all shut off but one, I think, now. I've got people that could care less about the chicken houses. I like chicken. I've known this guy my whole life. My best friend, one of my best friends, is chicken. You got him water. That's all good. You got people around you. But there's people that ain't got water. But we went out. You went out. You went to Montgomery. You spent time going to get for chicken houses. And I've got people, 400 people up here that ain't got none, and you tell me you can't get a grant to get them water, but you can get it town all up in your area. That's what if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Well, one, I don't live in Rock City.
That's not her area.
One, I don't live in Rock City.
I know where she lives, Sunny Homes, whatever.
No, I don't live in Sunny Home.
Wherever. I know you live on the east side.
I
How
live in the
many
White
days,
House.
you never did answer my question, how many days was you out of water?
I had water from Ewan. They didn't have any
Fine.
issues.
Okay.
14 that.
18 million, 18 million to serve the rest of the county. 18 million.
Get it to us and we'll do it.
That's our,
we had it, we
comprehensive
would.
plan book to serve the rest of Marion County. The projects we got lined up,
Rodney,
and
you
people
beat
ain't
the
got
horse
water.
to death.
And it totals up to 18 million. And that was 2 years ago we done this.
We was told by her in a meeting that
We're gonna stop right here and quit meeting this horse tonight.
No, I've got 3 questions for the board.
Okay.
First of all, as y'all's a board, will y'all go talk to Lamar County and these other counties about these people that stretched out 10 or 20 miles that will never get water? Will y'all go talk to some of these water people in these other counties? I've asked her and I've asked her and I've asked her. No, Jan, I'm talking to the board. I want to know if the board will go talk to these other counties and see if they will bring water out of Lamar County to 26. Friendship, all these people that will not ever get water.
That's where we got the Tommy Tuberville grant.
We're wanting to tie in on 19 and get all that.
That's what she's told me. I was in Washington D.C. I talked to him, I know. I was sitting there, the mayors of Ewan and Winfield, and they were sitting at the same table with me when I talked about this. I know all about that.
Roger,
We'll do it.
Kenneth and Greg.
If he funds it, we're gonna do the project. We're gonna get all them people water down there. That's where that grant is actually put in for, 26.
Well, there's other places besides them.
I know they are, but.
But what I'm getting at is y'all as a board, will y'all go talk to these other counties? I've asked her to, and she won't do it.
We can't afford, I mean.
You can't afford to go talk to another water board in the county?
We ain't got no money to do lines with. If they give us water, we still gotta lay the lines.
If they are furnishing them water, they will get paid for it. Just like Franklin County comes down 187 and supplies my mother, she pays Franklin County.
About, like Lamar County said if they're interested in
taking
catching
over
some of
our
our customers.
Exactly,
Oh,
I mean,
just let them do the cooking.
exactly.
That's another thing.
I have no problem. Hodges comes all the way down.
I know.
Okay.
My mother's on
And
it.
I got no problem. If they wanna serve them,
Roger.
serve them.
If it wasn't for Hodges, think how many more people. If it wasn't for Hodges Water Authority, there would be 900 people in District 1 without water. Hodges comes within 3 miles. Bethany comes to Bethany Church. Comes within 3 to 4 miles of my house. I've got water that runs on 25 from Blue Harbor tank. to Highway 20. It turns left, goes to Fred Ballard's store. I've got 10 houses in a 2-mile stretch. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4 or 5 widows or disabled men, a man that lives by himself. We got a disabled child that lives on that road. There's 10 houses on that road, and it's 2 miles, and we can't get water through there.
If Hodges would have laid a 6-inch line, it would be a no-brainer.
It's not Hodges' place, you're Marion County Water
But I
Board.
think it would have been a good hookup for us to have it right there.
They've got it run all over District 1.
Well, the first question I asked don't require a grant or nothing. The second question I got don't either. And I've asked Jan this. There's people comes pay their water bill during dinner time. And both 2 ladies here at this office, and they take dinner at the same time. And I've asked her, why don't you alternate your lunch so these people coming from trailer plants or anywhere else can pay their water bill? We don't do that. They need to alternate their lunch so people can pay their bills.
Y'all the boss.
And the third question, the third thing I got, the board, y'all are the boss. Not her. Y'all the boss over her. Y'all are getting paid. Y'all are her boss. And the people are looking up to y'all. And they're going to get mad, just like they call us. Y'all are the boss. And people is looking for water. In 2024, there's no excuse why Marion County has not got water everywhere. There's no excuse for it.
And there's no plans to do those up there on 19. I'm just telling you, there's no plans unless this line comes
I'm gonna put a motion on the table about what we discussed tonight. That we get an outside engineer to look at that project, and if he sees it feasible for no pumping station, that y'all are gonna take care of whatever it costs to lay that line.
I'm gonna say this on the commissioners, I think.
Because we need to all get on the same page.
I think Larry's
fussing.
I second. I'm all for it. I second. Cause I'm tired of hearing about it.
Me too.
I can't even pull up and get diesel fuel up there around on 19 without somebody.
We offered this 2 years ago.
Well,
when the prices were cheaper and they're higher now.
31 people called me about water and cussing me.
You think you got that call? I got that call about the ice. I got that call about the water. I got that call about everything.
Let me tell you what I'm gonna say on this that he said. You get an engineer, you get everything together, then we will get a contractor, we will get 3 contractor prices that's not local, and it ain't y'all's men doing it. And we'll get 3 prices, and we'll look at it then and sit down and say, this is what we can do.
How long will it take to do something like that?
You need to vote to give an engineer to install a hydraulic. And then go
To get
from
this
there.
out.
That's what we need to do.
That's right. Make that statement clarified, if you need to get the engineer.
Would there be?
So we can have
Our
all
goal
those
is to get everybody water.
Would there
be,
You see what I'm
and
say?
for doing a bond issue and get everybody to get done
with
at one
a pump
time?
station and without, or what it
Hey, county commission,
Well,
water
the thing
authority,
is,
and the city of Hamilton do that. Let it be on there.
This is my thought, Dale. If that well goes down here and does good, and Hamilton, like you said, Hamilton, if they get everything, they're doing everything perfect. You still, it don't matter if you take those 400 customers that I got, and you take the other 2 at Council got, and you take this 100 up here, you're putting on 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more 100 customers.
Yeah, 8 to 900.
Okay. When the water treatment goes down from Hamilton, when the well goes dry, or when the pump goes out, it's 3 days, you still need a backup. And you got it right up there, and people will pay more for water when they need it. I'll guarantee you, I had people, you as a witness, lady, handicapped guy, fire department, getting water. You said, he's coming to see you. Where can I go to this county? I said, where I've been told we was getting the tanks to come over here, Hewitt. Tell me, he said, I'm from up here, I don't never go to Hewitt. The interstate, I still get the interstate. Families going down there, this is on the 11th day, am I right, you? 11th day without water, and these people ain't. People didn't know what a stress this put on those people out there. You go without water 14 days, we can go without internet, but water for 14 days is hard. And then there's people that had springs. There's 4 houses running off Bull Mountain on one spring. That ground was froze, that spring was froze. They didn't have water. They towed it, you know. So we need the board, the commission, the city, everybody to be on the same page. Let's get this, get it worked out. If they say do it, they can give us a cost. I even think the mayor told us last year, year before last, me and him talked. Hey, if y'all need some help, we may have to help.
Well, I say we get all this in place for our next meeting.
Yeah. Keith, do you have city or county water?
I can't believe you asked that. I don't have none. I got a
What
great
area
well.
do you live in?
Bull Mountain.
Bull Mountain.
Okay.
I have 4,
There's 10 houses, standing over where I live, right where Herman Nichols lives, a mile. There's 10 houses on that road.
Libby, you know
and
what I
there's no
got in
water.
money and tied up in wells to feed chicken houses?
No telling.
More than any of these vehicles sitting out here.
Bob,
Well, I got a
Bob,
question. Why is it that he wanted to go up 200% on chicken house, just chicken house?
I have no
I'd like
idea.
to have answer to that.
I can't answer.
I heard he done. I was
Dale, he's
told.
talking to you.
Dale, yeah.
No, we didn't
Did you
go
do it?
on chicken houses.
Went up 200% on them.
Why did they all turn them off if they didn't
Yeah.
go up on them?
Yeah.
Why are they not using them?
200%,
Do
just
what?
cause you could.
No. We had a rate increase and it was across the board.
No, mine,
Yeah, it
You
was.
check in chicken houses and you see what the bill is on them. I don't own them no more. I got out of it. Yeah, $600 compared to 2,000. Answer that.
I don't have a clue what you're talking about. The
Raising less
the board
chickens.
did, the
Our
board
dad
did,
don't put in that many chickens
the
like they're
board
gonna
did
get.
have a rate increase, but it was across the
They know.
board. They
They
went
know.
out to everybody. We had not had a rate increase in 10 or 12 years.
Man, I'm that sleeps at night.
You went up, and the guy told me, and I can show you on my phone. I'll show you, Dale, if you want to see it. You went up 200% on the chicken houses. Last year, year before last. Randy Robbins cut his off, Greg Burgett cut his off, and you know that, and I know that. They're still hooked up. The only way they do it now is their wells go dry or pumps, and they'll turn it on. But they didn't turn them off for no reason, and both of them, y'all went up on them. So don't sit there and say we didn't. And don't say that we didn't go up on just the chicken houses, because you did.
No, we went
Yes,
up
you
across
did.
the board.
No, you did
How
not.
come their bills higher there? Tell me.
Well, there's,
I'll show you.
$1,400 a month higher.
it goes up in steps.
Is he gonna leave this?
So at the next board meeting, we'll bring y'all proof.
You know.
We'll bring you proof these chicken houses, what they're telling is true. It's no lie.
I've got it right now. He texted me the
Next,
He seconded my motion.
you second that motion, so next month, next meeting,
Sir?
Got a motion, got a second. All in favor, say aye.
Let's clarify.
Yes. Yes, clarify it.
Yeah, I'm asking, I don't understand.
Okay. The motion was to get an outside engineer to check the hydraulics, to see what it's gonna take, if it's gonna take a pump station, and probably the cost to do it.
So we're making a motion to get an engineer to look at it, to give us the information to make a decision the next board meeting.
That's it. That's it.
outside engineer.
State highway
Who pays for the engineer?
And my,
Who pays for the
who pays for the
engineer?
engineer, we gotta pay an engineer to do this.
Hold on a minute. Keith, will you and the commissioner pay for this outside engineer?
They're not gonna do it for free.
Are we, if we get a given.
Who's it gonna benefit?
Either an engineer
does
that
that wood
Winfield
gonna be
uses or
sufficed?
Judy uses, is that gonna be okay with everybody? It's independent, it's people that we don't know.
There's a guy from Once they get the
Well, we don't want Hamilton's involved with this. Gotta be independent, gotta be independent.
What about the one, who we
No, not Franklin County, no.
Who'd you say?
The one they used the other day out here on Pelham.
Is that the one
49.
from Pelham?
That's the one from Pelham that did the tie-in, but that's
Well,
from Hamilton
They're from,
too.
they're on the staff at Hamilton. We want independent. Somebody
Okay, I'm
from,
sorry.
I don't
somebody
mention that.
from
Yeah. I just
Winfield,
He's
thought
great
y'all had
engineer.
already used it.
or somebody from Gillen.
We don't want one from Winfield or Good. That's the same way, let's get somebody from Red Bay.
Payable, how
How about
about
Red Bay?
payable?
How about Red Bay?
Well, no,
Why not Winfield?
why not?
No.
We have a great.
They got water over
There's a
there.
lot of good there.
Well, I'm trying to get to where ain't nobody got no water.
How about payable?
Abel's Winston County, that's not
It's
Franklin County,
close.
it's not Marion
I
County.
didn't know we
It's
were gonna
close.
find it.
Yeah.
Payable.
That's fine.
Everybody, engineer from
That's fine.
payable.
Well,
Now, did everybody vote in favor?
And who's gonna pay for it?
Yeah.
He never committed to pay for the engineer. Be the bigger person.
Yep, just big, big.
Oh.
See the bigger.
Get it done and see what it's gonna be.
I
I've
never had to much stuff.
We didn't have one result.
We could